Well, bye. Get them in here. You don't want to miss this one. Y'all gather back with another banger, bro. I'm telling you. I got another banger right here. Hey, YouTube, y'all get the game. We got another one for you. We was going through the old hard drive and we found a file that we never did do a tape on. We had a big ass file on this tape and we never did do a tape on it. So now we about to go ahead and put this tape out, man, so we can have it in the archives. And when I tell you, I had stuff up in this file from years ago that I forgot all about and I never did put this tape out. I did a whole investigation on Mike's death, and I had the tape and years, or the information for years, and never put it out. So I was like, man, I got to go ahead and put this information out. So we about to crack heads and twist caps. I guarantee you, your life will never be the same after this tape. If you're up in the building, man, your life will never be the same. You're gonna see some shit up in this. Hey, shout out to guys at YouTube that's doing the chick. I see they flagged me already, man. Before I even said something. You know how they do us. They watching us with a close eye. But we about to crack heads and twist caps. Get them in here. Get them in here, y'all get the game. Never have it been made so clear. Never have it been made so clear. The Michael Jackson conspiracy. And we use the word, we use that word conspiracy because people like the catchy term conspiracy. But hey, once you see all this evidence, you're gonna find out that hey, this ain't no conspiracy. This is what it is. It is what it is. We intend to prove to you that Michael Jackson is, we have reason to think that he's still living. And we got a lot of receipts to prove it too. I ain't gonna even joke with you. It's almost overwhelming. So let me share that screen. We're gonna get crack at. When I tell you, YouTube, if you up in this joint right now, we the hottest in the game. Ain't nobody doing it too much. Ain't nobody doing it like us, really. We the hottest in the game. Right? And they scared to say our name. And say we the hottest in the game. Hey, never have it been made so clear, y'all. We about to crack heads and twist caps. Let me get switched to that laptop. When I tell you we got them, bro. We got them. We got them. We're gonna roll a couple of guys we want you to get familiar with. The owner. Keep in mind, Mike's mother was being sued by a company called AEG. It's gonna come back up. We're gonna point a couple of key points out right here for you. Get them in here. You don't want to miss this one. Hey, shout out Lions Den in the building. Hey, Lions Den, this, hey, you know how Young L do it. This about to be a banger. I got overwhelming evidence that Mike was extracted by the Nation of Islam. I have reason to believe Prince, Tupac, and Biggie was done the same way. Extracted. Mike got scared and called Farrakhan. Hold on, let's put this right here, screenshot up right here. Did you know that Michael Jackson? All right, keep in mind he owned they put 10% up there now because they run the game, but he owned 51% of Sony. He owned more than half of Sony. He bought Eminem's catalog. Eminem dissed Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson said, all right, you want to diss me? He went out and bought his whole life.
bought his whole catalog. Michael Jackson owned Eminem catalog. Did y'all know that? He owned the Beatles. A lot of people know that, right? A lot of people know that right there, right? About the Beatles. And you got, if you know anything about the music business, I was in the music business. When you own somebody publishing, you pretty much own them. Own they work, they artists. To where they gotta the person that own your catalog, you gotta call them before you perform and pay them just to go on stage to perform. That's how serious it is. That's how much money Mike was making. The Beatles had to pay him before he go on stage. So did you know that Mike? Hey, right about to everybody in the building. We about to crack heads into his cat. I guarantee you ain't gonna want to miss this one. Michael Jackson owned Eminem catalog. Hey, shout out Sunrise in the building. Right, Rod Bob boys in the building. All right, keep in mind AEG. We're gonna get back to that. Come back to that. All right, let me show you. I want to show y'all this. Did you know was Mike and Farrakhan? We got him up in here, don't worry. Did you know when they was trying to come after Mike to get that catalog back, Mike was going to get a catalog to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, sell it to, he's going to give his whole catalog that he owned, the Beatles, all that, to the Nation of Islam. Did you know that? When they was coming at them about the catalog, he knew they wanted to take it back. He's going to give it to Farrakhan. Did you know that? All this going to tie in together. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got videos, I got names, I got times, I got dates. Mike came to me and gave me all the pieces to the puzzle today, the rest of the pieces that I didn't have in this file. Talk to him through the mind mail. Mike's still alive. Hold up, I'm putting the Nation of Islam extracted him. Because after that phone call, he was scared and he called for the Nation of Islam to send people to guard him. And keep in mind, the Nation of Islam is the main guys that be pulling the extractions. I'm about to get into that, IU. It's you. I'm about to get into why he was gonna sell his catalog. You talking about why he was going to give his catalog to the Nation of Islam? Because he knew that they was at he knew that the people I'm going to tell you about was after him about the catalog. And it was other things too that Mike had seen that he was getting ready to tell, like the surrogates and the cloning and all that. He's about to get ready to tell on that. But the reason why he's going to sell it to the Nation of Islam or he's going to pretty much give it to the Nation of Islam. Yeah, he was at his own funeral. Hey, I'm about to point all that out. You can't handle the truth. I got a video of Mike in Paris after the funeral, going walking in a private area with the skies on, and the Nation of Islam is guarding them, and the dude that's filming it, they chase him and take the camera, but the dude was filming it live. And so they couldn't get it off, take it down. Matter of fact, let's roll that clip so you can see it. We're gonna go and hit you with some good shit right now at the top. Hey, we're keeping it clean, YouTube. We're gonna go and hit you right now with that clip. And because we got way more clips than this leading up. But let's hit you with that clip right now. This is exclusive. I had this shit for like 5 years, man. This is exclusive. Watch this. Watch this. This is in Paris after Mike supposed to have been dead. Let me blow this up, man. How do I blow this up? Full screen, man. Look. Oh, let me go back. Watch this. Hey, watch this video though.
On s'en fout, c'est moche. Ouais, c'est ça. Ah, tu veux dire qu'on est beau. Hein. Ah ouais. Ah ouais. Je coupe pas la vidéo. Non, je vais casser ta cam. Oh non.
Non, mais c'est clair, t'es pas.
Non, 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 non. Non, mais t'es pas. Non, non.
Ah oui.
Non, non, mais non. Ce que j'ai dit.
Non, t'es pas, c'est tout.
Mais il y a qui ça?
Ah, mais il y a Michael Jackson.
Non, non, il est mort. Lui. Non,
Mais non, regarde, mais c'est Jackson.
So these people just walking down talking and filming themselves in Paris, and they saw Michael Jackson with a mask on, and then the security rushed these people to get the damn camera. Y'all ever seen that one? I had it on my hard drive, man. I found it on my hard drive. I was like, oh shit, I got some heavy duty stuff up on this joint. We're gonna come back to that, right? Also, you know, the people saying this is Mike, right? Mike, they say Mike got burned in the Pepsi commercial, but this ain't Mike. This not Mike, bro. We got evidence to prove that this not Mike. This is a whole other dude that Mike was friends with. Mike did get burned during the Pepsi commercial. We're gonna get back. We're gonna they're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to that part. All right. But I gotta show you some key players in this thing. One of the key players you need to know about is a guy by the name of Tony Mottola. Now, like I say, a lot of this stuff is old stuff. We just saw it on our in our hard drive. And we said we never did this tape. We might well get this tape out and put it in the archives, because if a lot of this stuff gonna come back up. The guy right here with P. Diddy is Tony Mottola, the head leader of the Tony Mottola family, the mafia. They the mob. These people are the secret shareholder. He's one of the main secret shareholders in Sony Records. Mariah Carey, you remember? Let's get him. Let's blow him up. Let's blow his behind up. We got him. You too, we keeping it clean, baby. You remember? He was married to Mariah Carey. Remember this dude. He's one of the main key components into the niggas that was after Mike. Right? Another guy. Hold on, we're finna get these niggas pulled up for you. Ride by if you come into the building, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're about to wow and dial you, brother. I'm telling you. I got that. You think that video I just showed you was hot? Wait till you see the other videos I got. The other clips up in the roll. Heads are getting ready to roll. Remember this dude, Rob Springer. The standing, he not the owner, he the CEO, just like he the president. Right? CEOs, he really a front man, because if you look at his net worth, he only worth $15 million, but he involved. This dude right here. This dude right here with Jay in the picture with Jay and Beyonce. Rob Springer. Remember that name. CEO of Sony Records. Right? Sony Entertainment. He gonna come back up. These are niggas is all set in the meeting to plot against Mike. Okay? Another guy you want to look at. The owner. Okay? The owner of AE. What's the name of that company again? Let's get his ass. AEG. Yeah, this is the dude right here, Richard. Hold on, let me pull him up. We got him, bro. This dude right here's put $1 billion insurance policy on Mike right before he died. This dude, we're gonna get it, man. He can try to run. His name Philip Fredericks. Hold on, I'm gonna pull him up. Yeah, Philip Fredericks. Let me pull him up. He's worth $10 billion. You've never even heard of this guy. But this guy is one of the guys that had $1 million $1 billion insurance policy on Mike before he died. What the heck is this dude putting $1 billion insurance policy on Mike for? Right before he died. And then he's in court suing them right after he sued the Jackson family right after the right after Michael Jackson's death for the money. And you think that he didn't know they was gonna be out to Mike? He in bed with Tony Mottola and Robert Stringer. He in bed with them niggas. Right? So keep in mind this face. He one of the key players and the niggas that was after Mike and that did Mike. Right? Keep in mind these are front guys. But he's a billionaire. You never even heard of him. Philip Richards, the billionaire from in LA that owns AEG's promoting companies. This right here is a mother company that owns a conglomerate of a whole bunch of companies. But he wanted the key pivot roles. Now keep in mind, Mike bought 51% of Sony. If you look it up right now, they say, oh, he only owned 10%. That's a lie. Mike owned most of all of Sony because they needed the money to be bailed out. At least that's what they said. So Mike bought 51%. And he added more catalogs from the catalogs he bought, like Eminem catalog. But in the contract that he signed, it said at any time, if he get convicted of a felony or if he become deceased, the 51% goes back to the Tony Mottola family. So what do? They start coming out to Mike. They put Macaulay Culkin and try to say that Mike, they wanted Macaulay Culkin, Tony Mottola and them wanted Macaulay Culkin to lie on Mike and say that Mike was touching him. But Macaulay Culkin said that he didn't want to do it because Mike didn't touch him. And Mike was his friend. And Mike ain't never been nothing but good to him. And he had fun with Mike. But so because Macaulay Culkin then go along with the program that Sony Records was trying to do to get a felony on Mike, they destroyed his career. They destroyed his career. Sue him, took all his money, put all stuff in the tabloid saying that he was drugged out. He was drugged out and all that. They destroyed his career. He was supposed to be the Harry Potter. He was supposed to be in the Harry Potter films. If he would have took the deal and went against Mike, and he would have made his career would have blew up. But since he didn't want to do it, they ended his career. These same guys, the same 3-4 guys I just showed you. Tony Mottola, Philip Richards, the dude that put the $1 billion insurance policy on Mike, and then the Tony Mottola, and the other dude, Rob Stringers. Right? They was after Mike catalog, y'all. Mike was making billions of dollars a year. So if you just do the math, if you making billions of dollars a year, and you in bed with the mob, what you think the mob gonna do? If the mob can take you out and collect that $1 billion, you gone. You gone. Ain't no thinking it. A nigga collecting $1 billion of our money, and all we gotta do is X amount, and we collect the money. We get our money back. He gone. But but they didn't have to kill him at first. At first, they didn't have to kill him because, like I said, in the contract that he signed with Sony Publishing, it said that if he get convicted of a felony, the contract is canceled, and that money go back to the Tony Mottola family. So they made Mike pay for it, and then they was gonna take it from him, and he didn't own nothing afterwards. So this is why Mike was in fear for his life. The mob was on him. The mob, Tony Mottola family, was after him. It wasn't the government. He said it wasn't the government. It's some other people. The people he talking about is the mafia, Tony Mottola family. Right? But I'm about to roll clips where Mike said himself, or Mike can tell you himself. Don't worry about nothing. He owned the Beatles, right? He bought the Beatles catalog, love. All right. So they concocted this story and found all these kids, got these kids' parents together. And they said, Mike, we need told these parents, we need your kids to concoct a story and say that when they was at Mike's Never Neverland Ranch, he touched them. Because we got to get him convicted of a felony so we could get, and we're gonna pay it on. They didn't care about paying $500 million to get all this going, because they was gonna stand to make $1 billion a year from this point. Plus, to get it, they were gonna take Mike catalog and then they were gonna make more money on it, right? Look. So these kids, they got them to come out and try to get that felony on Mike, but no, Mike was never convicted. Mike was never. Hey man, look, thank you, Artum. I got you, man. You ain't. Hey, I'm just not getting started. I'm just not getting started, bro. I'm finna crack your dome. You ain't. This is light. What I'm telling you now, I'm just building up to the point where I'm finna crack your head. Just get ready. So all these little kids, they got they Tony Mottola and them got to him and them other billionaire, Philip Richard and them. They got these kids' parents paid them $200-300 million, and they stand to make more than that once they win in court against Michael. That's what they was telling them, right? To come out to Mike so they can get that felony, so they can cancel this contract, so they can get the money back. But all the charges and the settlements were settled out of court to where Mike got tired of going to court. He said Mike had so much money. He said, how much they want? 20-some million, go on pay them, man. I'm tired of going, I'm just sick and tired of this. Go on pay them. So it's like a lot of people got paid off, so they couldn't get him in the felony. So they said, man, we can't get this guy on a felony. All of our lies that we concocted, he's paid them off to what he never got convicted. It never was a conviction. It was all settled out of court, right? So they say, oh shit, we got to kill him. We got to kill him, man. Look at this dude. You think this dude ain't in on Mike? You got to be crazy. Ain't on coming out to Mike. Why he put $1 billion life insurance on Mike prior to him dying? Couple weeks before him dying. Yeah, get those 8 books by the young elder, man. $45 donation to the Cash App or PayPal. Leave your emails in the link. Remember this dude's face. Remember the face of evil. Remember the face of evil. He's part of the Billionaires Boys Club. You never even heard of him. But why he got $1 million life insurance on Mike? Okay. What else we want to show you before we roll some of these clips? Mike was coming out telling them that who was after him. He said the people at Sony. Right? He got Tony Mottola up there, right? I mean, yeah, he got Tony Mottola. He holding, right? Tony Mottola and them was after him for that percentage of that contract. Now let's roll a clip where Michael tell you what's going on, bro. Since y'all think y'all don't want, we're gonna bring Mike to tell you what happened. Let's bring Mike home to tell you who was after him. Let's get that clip full. Let's get these clips pulled up for you. We're gonna roll a couple clips for you. Yeah, insurance. Why you got $1 billion insurance on this man, then 2 weeks later he died? I mean, and you don't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, okay. They think we crazy. They think we crazy, man. Watch this. I'm finna show you, man. Mike finna tell you who was after him. And Mike was saying the same shit that Kanye West saying right now. I'm finna show you. Watch this. Right by you coming into the building, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I'm finna show you, man. Watch this. We're gonna roll that clip back for people that just coming in. We're gonna roll that clip back where they caught Mike in Paris and they had to chase these people and take their camera, but it was too late because they were filming live. The Nation of Islam extracted Mike. Tony Mottola and them called it even because hey, they got their contract back. But they didn't get the whole contract back. They forced Mike mama to renegotiate down to 10% of the contract. It's still her stuff. And keep in mind, Conrad Murray is in the Caribbeans right now with his he worth $400 billion. They pay him not 400 billion, $400 million. They pay him $200 million to do this. To fake his death, the fake like his death. But Conrad Murray didn't serve a day in prison. They filmed him walking in the front of the prison, and then they walked him out the back to a limo, straight to a private jet, straight to the Bahamas. Okay, hold on, let me get this. Okay, it's right here. All right, let's roll some of these clips. We got receipts, baby. Don't worry, we got receipts. All right, let's listen to that mic on this one. We're gonna watch this one first. We got receipts, baby. And you know what? My brother Rod sent me a tape about Mike a couple of days ago. That's what brought it back up, because Rod was like, look at this tape. I looked at the tape, right? We loaded it up, the tape where the phone call with Mike, right? So we loaded it up, and I said, man, I got a file on this on my old hard drive that I never did put out. And I need to put that tape out. So I went and found the file, and I'm finna roll all the clips. I went and found all the old clips too. So this is Mike with Al Sharpton. You already know who he worked for. We ain't got to beat that over your head. The man wrote a book about he worked for the feds. You know what I mean? And how he was going after the mafia. You know what I'm saying? He's a rat. He the king of the rats. Al Sharpton is the king of the rats, man. Besides that dude that me and Rod finna finger later on, the dude Kamara, we about to finger him too. But keep in mind what Al Sharpton's all about. Now,
We were already off the wall. Our seats to skin.
here come Mike. Watch what Mike say right here, guys.
Very important because throughout the years, Black artists have taken advantage of completely.
You heard what he said? Throughout the years, Black artists have been taken advantage of. Listen at this now. This shit, don't let none of this go over your head. You gotta, I don't know if it's loud enough. I'm trying to get it up louder than that. Hold up. Make sure it's loud as it go. He's saying the same thing Kanye West is saying, y'all. Watch this now. We got plenty of receipts. We finna crack your head and twist your I ain't gonna be no doubt who got Mike after this.
And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice. And like Mr. Sharpton was saying, people from James Brown to David Senior, some of the real pioneers that inspired me to be the entertainer that I am. These artists are always on tour because if they stop touring, they're totally broken. And
look what you see what he said. He said these artists are constantly on tour because they'll go broke. Why? Because they don't own their publishing. But Mike owned his publishing, so it was different for him. He was making a killing. Mike was making a killing. I tell you, Mike was broke. They lying, they behind off. Mike was getting so he could spend all his money in his bank account, and then he'll be up $1 billion in a couple more months. Mike got paid $5 million just to perform 3 songs at the King in Saudi Arabia birthday party. So it's people in China right now performing Michael Jackson songs in the club right now as we speak in the clubs. right? So listen to, let me roll it back a little bit, man. He said black artists, listen to it, they saying the same thing Kanye saying. Watch now.
Incredible injustice. This is very important because throughout the years, black artists are taken advantage of completely. And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice. And like Mr. Sharpton was saying, people from James Brown to Sammy Davis Jr., some of the real pioneers that
He said you can't hear it. Yeah, it's real low, man. I got it loud as it could go, bro. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this clip and I'm gonna put it together in another file. I'm gonna put it together in a part 2 on this so I can turn it up louder. So I'm gonna do that for you. But I'm gonna break down what he's saying and then you can go back and watch it.
that inspired me to be the entertainer that I am. These artists are always on tour because if they stop touring, they would totally go broken. And it's been, the record companies really do conspire against their artists.
He said the record companies conspire against the artists. Listen to this.
They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist.
You heard what he said? He said Tony Mottola is look what he said publicly at the convention with the feds. Keep in mind that COINTELPRO is in the building. He's standing right there. He said Tony Mottola is mean, he's evil. Listen at this, man.
Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm trying to keep it clean as I can, Wesley. But hey, we got to put the truth out, man. Mike was bugging me. I just came back from the 4th dimension, and Mike gave me most stuff. I'm telling you, I'm gonna show all of it in this tape. So hey, I hope they don't, man.
Very devilish.
Run it back on that Tony Mottola.
Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very devilish.
Devilish. He said Tony Mottola, this nigga right here. Let's get his picture blew up. We're gonna keep it clean, YouTube. We got to get him though. Somebody say, Young L, get them. You know what I'm talking about? Get them. Young L, get them. This dude right here in the picture with Diddy. And keep in mind who Diddy them learn, why Diddy cross all his orders out, who he learned from. L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid is in bed with Tony Mottola, Clyde Davis, all of them. Clyde Davis is the one that did Whitney. Insurance. Long Dolph, insurance. Nipsey Hussle, insurance. Testosterone X, insurance on them. Mike, insurance on them. The lady was putting insurance on the artists. Okay? Let me show this too, okay, before I go back to the clip. I got a picture of Clyde Davis, all of them in the picture together. Where is it? We got him. Don't worry. Tony Mottola and them is in bed with Clyde Davis and all the rest of them. We'll come back to that later. Let's roll some more of the clip. We'll get back on it. Don't worry. Listen to what he said about Tony. We're gonna get you, Tony.
Very devilish.
Aaliyah, insurance. So they was out to Tony. He was out talking about Tony, right? Tony Mottola. He told you he was out them right then. See, look, let's go back. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage. Michael Jackson bought Eminem's catalog for $370 million. Did you know that? Hold up, we're gonna get that dude Peter Moon too. We're gonna try to get Peter Moon on the show. The white guy Peter Moon. All right. This is Mike. Okay, that's the first one. Let's look at the second speech where Mike talk about Tony Mottola. I wonder if it's the same one. Hold up.
Racism is bad. Tony Mottola makes some very racist remarks. Okay? Yeah. Racism is bad. Tony Mottola makes some very racist remarks. Okay? Yeah. Well, what he said was one of the artists who work at Sony has a contract with the company, and he called him a fat black man.
You heard what he said? Tony Mottola called a dude a fat black man. Let's get it, man.
He called him a fat black man. I can't deal with that.
So keep in mind, Mike already owned more than 51% of that company, Sony Publishers. Tony Mottola was making slurs. Michael Jackson didn't like it, and they were trying to put him in court to steal the catalog back, right? Keep all this in your mind. And that billionaire that booked Mike and put $1 billion insurance on him right before he supposedly died.
And I made billions of dollars for Sony. And what they did was really terrible. And not just me, but some of their other artists too. You know, from George Michael to Mariah Carey to, you know.
See what happened. What happened? What happened? What happened? Come on, baby. That was it. But you heard what he said. Excuse me. Let me get some water. Hey, you heard what he said, right? About Tony Mottola. Let's roll another one. Okay. Mike backstage. Exposed Mariah Carey abusive relationship. Hold up. It's this one right here. It's this one right here. We got you, bro. YouTube. Let's roll this one right here, bro. Let's roll this one. Hold on. Let me watch my fingers. Sweaty. Hey, YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. We cracking heads and we twisted caps. We just not getting started, y'all. I guarantee you. We just not getting started, y'all.
Well, yeah, I would say to some degree. I mean, you've seen, in fact, since he took over the catalog, you've seen the Beatles music used in ways it's never been used before. I mean, it's in a million commercials. You know, all over the place. And
hey, listen at this dude, what he finna say. All right, because I'll play a part in who was at the mic. And like I said, we gotta hope once I put that little short clip out about the phone conversation, people was like, hey man, when you gonna do the Michael Jackson tape? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the Michael Jackson tape. Then Rod sent me that one receipt, I was like, oh yeah, I need to do this Michael Jackson tape because everybody, you know what I'm saying, talking about it. Let's roll this right here clip for this dude. Listen at this now. Listen close.
Well, yeah, I would say to some degree. I mean, you've seen, in fact, since he took over the catalog, you've seen the Beatles music used in ways it's never been used before. I mean, it's in a million commercials, you know, all over the place. And that's been since he's taken control of it, and he's as they say, exploiting the catalog in the industry. I often
Mike was using the Beatles catalog, and he versified the catalog to where now he was making millions of dollars off the Beatles catalog. And Tony Mottola and them said, "Oh shit, he thought we got to get that back because he got it. He making millions. We got to get that money back. The mob wants that money back, man."
I also think that maybe we talk about potential backlash or whatever. On some level, subliminal level, I think a lot of people who are 60s people who came in their generation aren't crazy about the fact, one, that he owns it, and that might even be a black thing. But moreover, I think just the fact that he's taking it and he's using it for car commercials, and I've seen it in many different contexts. And some of those songs are considered sacred songs by a lot of people. I think people basically, a lot of those Beatles songs are considered sacred songs by people. I mean, they really are more than just pop songs they heard on the radio. They meant something in their lives beyond almost any songs they heard. I mean, Sgt. Pepper particularly, right? And for him to take that catalog and use it in the way he's used it, it's going to have some kind of backlash. I know some people are really offended by that. By seeing some of the songs are so deep to it.
And they're being used to for commercial value.
I suppose Michael knew I was trying to sort of get control of him, and I kind of thought he was joking. I used to work with him, and he'd say, "I'm going to get your records, I'm going to get your songs. I'm going to buy your songs." And I said, "Love it." I thought it was a joke. Anyway, he ended up doing that. So I mean, I can't sort of blame him. They're on the market.
One beat, look, it says Paul McCartney with a lesser catalog is only 1/4 of the Beatles, receiving $1 billion for publishing alone. Mike was getting paid. Mike co-owned Sony ETV, the largest publishing company in the world, yet he received only $750 million. Check that out. So Mike was getting paid. And the mob like $700 million, man, you think the mob will kill you for $1 million? The mob will take you out for $1 million. The mob will take you out for 20,000 if you playing with their money. You know what I'm saying? So Mike got $750 million. Yeah, we're gonna get Prince next. We're gonna talk about Prince next. Prince was extracted too. Mike was extracted by the Nation of Islam. I'm telling you, man. I'm about to point that out. I'm about to show you all that. All right, so let's roll another one, man. We're going to roll a couple more clips, and then we're going to get back right to it. Okay, so keep in mind the money involved with this. Okay, we want to show, they were trying to put Mike, they kept Mike in the tabloids, but he hung the baby over the balcony. Y'all remember that part? Right? Y'all remember that?
Every moment in life is a bet. Like bet.
Y'all remember that, right? Look, so they used that and said, "Oh, he going crazy. We got to get out there. He hanging babies over the balcony, and we got to stop him. We got to steal his money." The people that own the media, they some tricky jokers, man. Let's see what we got here. The speech that got Michael killed.
Sadly, we live in a state of fear. Every day we hear of war on the news, on the radio, and television. In the newspapers, always of war. We hear of nations hurting each other, of neighbors hurting each other, of families hurting each other, and of children killing each other. We must learn to live and love each other before it's too late. We have to stop We have to stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the
And keep in mind the influence Michael Jackson got. Michael Jackson ain't no little Boosie. He ain't no the baby and all them niggas, man. He got Michael Jackson because you got different classes of celebrities. You got D-list celebrities, C-list celebrities, B-list and A-list. Michael is past. If that we had to create a whole other category for Mike, right? Called the A plus list, because Mike was known they probably singing Mike shit on the malls right now. They probably doing one of Mike joints on malls at one of the clubs on malls right now. That's how hot Mike was. They know about Mike on other planets. Let alone they bumping Mike. The Dewanies in the center of the earth be bumping Mike shit and mimicking his moves. The Dewanies from the center of the earth, they listen to Michael Jackson's music and mimic his moves. They watch him they got a supercomputer. They can zoom in and watch stuff on the surface of the earth in 3D reality. And they watch Mike performs and they mimic his moves. These little Dewani Harry beans underground. That's how hot Mike is. You know what I'm telling you? You hear what I'm telling you? Right? The extraterrestrials is singing Mike shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. So he goes to get that speech, and he got a lot of influence. He got one of the most influences into NBA YoungBoy now. And so if Mike said something, it was billions of people listening to him. So that made him dangerous. If he said the wrong things, being that he know he been in a whole organization, this secret organization, since he was a kid. So he know a lot.
the right of you.
No, they ain't take Michael out. They say they extracted Michael and faked his death. That's why they didn't open the casket at the funeral. And then when they did open the casket, they had a damn I'm about to show you, because they went in when they raided Mike's house, right? It was a machine in there, and they was looking at that machine like, what is this machine? Now I know what the machine is. I'm about to point that out. Here you go, right here. Mike was laying in this machine. It was a perfectly looked like another body inside of this device in a hidden room in Mike's Neverland. And they lied and put out when somebody was asking about it and took a picture of it and was asking about it, they lied and say, oh, it was a machine that Mike used to sleep in to get some rest. Man, come on, bro. These billionaires think that we slow and don't know. They think that we don't know this is a sleep ram station. This is a sleep ram station to where they can use the surrogates. Rich people use surrogates. Why you think they put the movie out with Bruce Willis? Go watch the movie with Bruce Willis. Hold on, we finna crack your head. Ball cap disclaimer. It's a movie out called The Surrogate. You gotta go watch it with Bruce Willis. Now, when they keep in mind, they can say Young Girl crazy, right? Keep in mind, when they show you something in a movie, they already 4 and 5 years ahead of what they showing you in the movie. They maybe take that back. They 40 years ahead. They 5 and 6 levels deeper than what they show you. The master teacher already pointed that out to us. When they show you things in movies, they are already 3 and 4 levels deeper what they telling you. It's how they keep you behind. The replica, right? All these movies they got out. So these elites, these billionaires, club boys, they got the surrogates. Right? And Mike was a part of that. So they was trying to explain, what is this machine that Michael Jackson, we saw a body in there that looked like a real body of Michael Jackson, and we can't explain. They covered it up, but somebody had already released the photos and shit. And and I'm telling you, man, they already got the surrogates and clones. They ain't told you. Kanye West came out and put a video out about it called Famous. Right? We had put clips out on the clone too, but they took it down and they flagged us and say don't, so they unload. We shouldn't get flagged for this because we ain't showing no, we shouldn't get flagged. They already flagged us. They really already flagged us as soon as we came on, before we even said anything. They flagged. But somebody tell us what this is. They say, oh, it's a sleep RAM. It's a sleeping station. They don't want to tell you that's a sleep RAM station. And they developed the technology. This is the same technology that's on the movie Avatar, where they lay in this and transfer their consciousness to the avatar body. And this right here is old. This is old. And this is picture is taken before the Avatar movie come out. See, because when they showed it to you in Avatar, they was already 40 years ahead of that. Right? They are more advanced than that now. Right? Yeah, so they kind of cover this up, this picture, but we got it in the archives right now. We got it at the archives. All right. Now let's go. Now let's show you. Mike had several clones because they were making big. Sony. It only cost $2 million to make a clone. Keep in mind, it only cost $2 million to make a clone, right? And if you making Michael Jackson making about $250,000 or more, I think he was making more than that, maybe $1 million a show. He might be making $1 million for some shows. It depends. I know he was making over in between $250,000 and $1 million and some dollars a show. He made $5 million on one show to perform 3 songs at the King birthday party. So if I'm Sony and I want to make more, I can make more money if I make more clones of Mike and have them performing while Mike is overseas performing over here. I can have him set up him shows over here so the clone can do shows. And we can make I can make my money back in 2 shows off a clone. They made their money back in 2-3 shows off a clone. That's why they having so many clones. And they use what they call lookalikes. Michael lookalikes. Now I turn your attention to this dude while we up in here. Let me find this dude, bro. Let me find this. I'm gonna roll that speech, Mike's speech against Sony in London. That was one of the speeches that got him took out. All right, but I want to roll this dude. His name is. Let me type him in real quick. So I'm gonna show you how they was doing it. Let's type in this. Same thing with Elvis. Right? We're gonna do. We'll get into Elvis too. Because keep in mind, they try to say Michael Jackson had a kid with Elvis' daughter. So Elvis, we're gonna get to that too. Okay. And keep in mind, Michael Jackson is a Jackson. The Jackson family is the Fall people, the Watusis, the royal family, the royal Sabian. The Sabines is the Jacksons, the Williams, 50 Cent. They pick niggas, man. I'm telling you, they pick us. They know who you are. When the Jacksons and 50 Cent is Curtis Jackson. And if you look at the woman that he got playing in the Power movie as his mother in the Raising Cannon, and the Epps like Omar Epps and Mike Epps, they come from, it's all the same family. The Jacksons, the Williams, the Yorks, it's all the same family, the royal family, right? That's why they pick Birdman, Williams, and the Millers, same family. Percy Miller, Master P. It's all the same people, bro. Keep that in mind. We're gonna do a tape on that, right? But let's type this in real quick so you can see this. look up a dude named Michael Jackson's lookalike Sergio. Now watch this. This ain't Mike. Hold up. I want to get him the dude Sergio. Y'all already know about Sergio, right? Let's see. Hold on, this is the one I'm looking for. This is the one I'm looking for. I think it's a short. Look, oh look, where is it at? Video. We got him, y'all. I don't think it's saved in there. I don't think it's saved in there. I had a video. I had these clips loaded up to my page before. Hold on, let me make sure I got it, man. Hold up, we got him. Don't worry. We already got him slipping already. Where is he at? Sergio. Here you go, right here. Let's play this one. Look at this dude. Look how much he look like Mike.
I see you, Brother Gracia, the 11th February. How much so?
Oh, what just happened? Man, hold up. I know I had this video saved in here. It's called a World Best Lookalike. His name is Sergio Cortez. Sergio Cortez. God damn. I'm trying to find a clip where he rolling, where he talking. Here you go, right here. Here go one right here. This one right here. Look at this. Look how much this dude look like Mike.
Hello?
Now, looking at that dude, if he ain't even talk, you couldn't tell that wasn't Mike.
Hello, kid.
Oh yeah, something just happened with it. That's crazy. You can't even tell that ain't Mike unless he talk. I got you, Whistler.
Hello, kid. Hello, Ukrainian. This is Sergio Cortez speaking. I will be happy to perform this time in Ukraine, the wonderful city of Kiev, in 28th of February. I see you soon.
You see it?
Yes.
All right, so this dude name is Sergio, and look how much he look like Mike. Man, he look almost more than Mike, like Mike than Mike. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? He looked almost more, this nigga, he got surgery and everything done to his face. To where now, so imagine if you seen this dude walking out of a building with the hat and the security and getting into a limbo, that's Mike. You ain't, if he don't talk, that's Mike, man. You can't tell nobody that wasn't Mike. Huh? That's Mike if he don't say it, if he don't talk. And then once he talk, you say, oh yeah. Then if he been trying to talk like Mike, and how many, he the best one that they call in the world. This nigga, you could almost say he a clone. You could almost say he a clone. Almost. You see what I'm saying? They clone Mike face and put it in this dude got Mike face. Look, and then he doing shows in Las Vegas. If you ever go to Vegas, you'll see it's a couple more. It's a good Michael Jackson impressions, but he won the best one. This guy, I can go on and on. But you can't tell me if I would have showed you this and then play it, and then you didn't see the dude named Sergio, you would be thinking that was Mike. If I ain't played it, if I just showed you a picture and say, hey, is that Mike? You'd be like, oh yeah, that's Mike. No, this ain't Mike. This is a lookalike that look identical. I mean, damn near 100% identical, almost 110 over what Mike looked like, man. I'm telling you. Look at this.
Hello, kid. Hello, Ukraine. This thank you for this.
I wish I could blow it up bigger than this.
I will be happy to prepare for this time in Ukraine, the wonderful city of Kiev,
Wish I could blow this up.
in 28th of February. I see you soon. Yes.
So this dude is performing and working for Sony. He worked for Sony. He worked for Sony, man, and he performed Michael Jackson songs. Man, put it together, bro. Yeah, he got plastic surgery. That's right, J.M. Clinton. He's so infatuated. He was so infatuated. He already looked at it like the new Mike, right? Already it's a little bit. So what he did is went and got plastic surgery to rearrange his face to look out. So they can do this. If you think if they can't make him look like Mike, they can't make another person or a clone of Mike. It's pretty much just like they cloned him almost. But he really another dude named Sergio, right? That had got the surgery like J.M. Clinton said. Right? But I just showed you him to show you how much they got to where they can, you can see this dude and you think he might. But it ain't Mike. Yeah, he spent a lot of money, right, to do that. I think, yeah, we got it in the archives. We did a lot of studying on this dude. He spent a lot of money, maybe in the hundreds of thousands, I think, like his whole life savings. He worked all of his life just to get enough money saved up so that he could look like Mike and start going to Las Vegas and things and performing the shows and things. Right? He looked almost like more than Mike. Come on, man. You can't tell me. This dude look more Mike than Mike. Almost. That's scary, bro. That's scary. This is real scary right here, bro. I'm telling you, that's creepy right there, man. That's creepy. All right, let's get. Hey, I got a mic. Don't worry, no sweat. We gonna get him. We got him, Mike. We're gonna get them nigga Tony. We're gonna get Tony. Don't worry, we're gonna get Tony. YouTube, we keeping it clean, baby. We got Tony, Mike. I'm gonna get him right now. I'm gonna get him. He said, focus on Tony. Oh, I got you. Tony. Oh, yeah, Tony, we know what you did. Somebody say, yo, yeah, get Tony. Get Tony with Tony.
Your body wash is
Yeah, get Tony with Tony. Hey, YouTube, we shouldn't get flagged, man. We keeping it clean. A lot of the stuff we showing is already on YouTube, man. I mean, it's, a lot of the clips. All right, let's roll this. We're gonna roll it for you, Mike. We got you. Listen to this speech, y'all. Need to cut this for the speech. Here you go, right here.
Anyway, first let me say, I really don't like to talk that much. I really don't. I prefer to perform than talk. Yeah.
Look at the sign he holding. Sony kills.
You know, let me just say this. The tradition of great performers from, and I really want you to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown to Jackie Wilson to Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. The story is usually the same though, you know, these guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad. The story.
Keep in mind, Mike was coming out just like Kanye West doing now. Mike was doing it before Kanye West, but they don't give Mike his credit. They don't give Mike his credit that he came out before Kanye West and was talking about the injustice in the music industry. Mike was the first billionaire to come out and start talking. Then Kanye West. And it might have been somebody before Kanye, but I know Mike was before Kanye coming out talking about the injustice in the music and going at Sony. I'm telling you, man. Listen to what he about to say.
Very, very sad, yeah. Because the companies take advantage of them. They really do. And Sony,
listen up.
Sony, being being the artist that I am, at Sony, I generated several $1 billion for Sony.
See?
Several billion.
Billions.
And
generated several billions for the mob. And keep in mind about, we better make the connection with the Nation of Islam battling the mob. They've been battling the mob back since Malcolm X, since the FOI first started. Even when they was coming after Muhammad Ali, the mob was after Muhammad Ali. They tried to frame him for that one fight because they had a wire tape that they got from the feds. Because they had the mosque that Malcolm X was in, they had it bugged. And the mafia had connected the feds, they got them to tape, and they tried to frame Muhammad Ali. And and Bumpy Johnson then was involved too. Bumpy Johnson was fighting against these same dirty dudes in the background. And we're gonna do one on Prince and Barry. We're gonna do one on the whole music industry where we're gonna cover everybody. But the mic one, everybody was requesting the mic one. So we're gonna do one on the Bumpy. They showed it on Bumpy Johnson, right? They showed it on Bumpy Johnson, because they took that book. Look, that all that's based on a true story that was taken out of a book by Bumpy Johnson's wife named Mimi. She wrote a book and then they put a series out about it, right? Called The Godfather of Harlem. And they break some of the stuff down, that how Bumpy Johnson was connected with Malcolm X and all that, right? But it also goes back farther than that, when Elijah Muhammad set up the fish market. And the people that was controlling the docks were the mafia. And they were controlling the imports of the fish. And Elijah Muhammad had set up his own fish import. And the mafia sabotaged his fish. They started sabotaging his company because he was cutting into their money. So what Elijah said, we ain't gonna fight against them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go in business with them. And with the fish business. It says right here, it says, oh yeah, I'm gonna give, I wanted Rod to come on tonight, but Rod, I think he booked for the night on this topic, so he can give his perspective of what was going down. So keep in mind the connection between the Nation of Islam and the mafia. They've been fighting the mafia for quite some time in Chicago, New York. So it's a lot. It was a lot of the Nation of Islam. They got the FOI. They could get grimy. Some of them they got killers on their squad. You know what I'm saying? So they got whatever they need to do to handle the business, right? So keep in mind the battle between the mob and the Nation of Islam. And Tony Mottola family is the mafia. That's Italians, right? The Tony Mottola family crust. Keep in mind about all that, right? So we're about to get to the part where we talk about the extraction.
They really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer myself would outthink them.
Same thing Kanye West is doing right now. He trying to outthink him. He got his money right. Michael Jackson had his money right, and he was trying to outthink him. Listen to this.
Um, so we can't let them get away with what they're trying to do because now I'm a free agent. I'm
Look, so he went, after he got the catalog, and Sony wanted to sign him, he went and signed. That's when you now became, oh shit, he finna not only is he finna he got the money, he finna leave us in the dust. And he finna pretty much become overpowered over us. He pretty much finna take over our company. Ian finna take over our company. We not gonna let that happen, Mortimer. Ian's about to take over our company. He's leaving us. Mortimer, what are we gonna do? Let's kill him. Because in the contract it said if Mike get convicted of a felony, or if Mike become deceased, the contract goes back to the Tony Mottola family. But they cover it up and say Sony, this and that, and then they got frontmans like the front man that I showed you. He ain't the real owner. They say he the CEO, but he not the real owner. The dude, Rob Springer. He not the real owner. The fat Tony Mottola family has the most interests in the Sony publishers. I'm telling you, man. So listen to Mike. Oh, he said.
I just owe Sony one more album. It's just a box set, really. It's with 2 new songs, which I've written ages ago.
Keep in mind, Mike had in between 500 to 5,700. It said like 500 to 7,000 songs recorded already, and songs wrote and recorded. Some of them, I think he had 500 recorded, and he had another thousands of songs wrote down that he wrote. And just think about how much money that worth. Prince had. They can start putting a Prince album out every year for the next 15 years. That's how many albums Prince had. We'll get on Prince later. And why they was at the Prince, and he got distracted by the Nation of Islam. All right, let's keep on rolling the tape.
Because every album that I record, I write like literally. I'm telling you the truth. I write at least 120 songs every album I do. So
just think about it. He wrote 120 songs every album. Mike, man, they can't mess with Mike. Mike was bad, boy. 120 songs per album, man. Who you know doing that? Mike was bad, boy. I'm telling you.
I can do the box set, just give them any 2 songs. So I'm leaving Sony a free agent.
This is what got Mike targeted. This is what put the kill order on Mike. Keep in mind, NBA Youngboy is signed to Atlantic Records. Keep in mind, this artist is tricky, man. NBA Youngboy signed to Atlantic Records, right? He became a free agent. He's going to become a free agent, and he was going to refuse to sign. And they threatened him and said, if you don't sign, we're going to put your black behind back in jail. We're going to put your black behind back in jail. And they might already clone the boy. We'll get into that too. We'll put your black behind back in jail. The only reason he out of jail because he's a weapon of mass destruction that they're using to take out our youth, our young generation right now. And they're keeping them on the street. He can take a guy out right on TV live and they put him back on the streets because they need it. But the minute he say, I don't want to be along with y'all no more and make y'all no more money, I want to make my own money and get my own publishing, boom, he gone. Just like Young Dolph, just like Testosterone X, just like Aaliyah, just like Nipsey Hussle. I mean, the list goes up. Just like Mo 3. Right? So he's getting ready to break free from these people and take 51% of the company. Michael Jackson didn't have to record no song no more. He already had 5,000-6,000 songs recorded. Wrote down. And so Sony was like, oh no. And the billionaire, he knew about it. That's why he put the $1 billion life insurance on Mike. The people that was after him wasn't the government. They were the mafia. See, if you're an artist and you try to, Kanye West tried to go buy his publishing. And when he tried to buy his publishing, from that point on, they was out them to make him look like he was crazy. Bill Cosby owned a whole bunch of land in Philadelphia. It's in Pennsylvania, right? Somewhere in Pennsylvania, where they found oil on his land. Billions of dollars worth of oil on his land, the plot of land that he got. And then he tried to go and buy, I think it was NBC or ABC, one of those networks that's owned by these same guys. And when he tried to buy it, boom, next thing you know, all kind of women popping up saying that he touched them and they put him in jail. Yeah, Bill Cosby. They wanted his all off his land, and they wanted to make an example out of him because he had the money to buy NBC. He had the money to buy it. And they had to get him with a felony charge so he couldn't buy it. Right? Because if he wouldn't let him buy it, he could have sued him for discrimination. So, but it said in the contract, you can't buy NBC if you are a felon. So that's why they could, just like they was after Mike with the kid story, they came after Bill Cosby to shut him down so he couldn't get NBC, and to also sue him, get these women to sue him but they really was after that land with the oil on it in Pennsylvania. Yeah, he tried to buy NBC, right? JMC Clinton. It was NBC, right? And that oil on his land in Pennsylvania, the 2,000 or 3,000 acres. Yeah, he out of jail now. But they got the felony on him, so he can't buy NBC now. That's what it was all about, the plot. They come after these our Nubian people who in this industry when they try to make a move to capitalize, to be owners and control this industry. And Mike telling you about it way before Kanye West.
Owning half of Sony.
Look, I ain't got like so people that was saying that my young elder don't know what he talking about. Mike didn't own half of Sony. Mike owned 51% of Sony. He just told you. He owned half of Sony. He owned actually 51%. So he owned more interest than the Tony Mottola family. The mafia. Oh, I didn't know that. You can't handle the truth. That's deep. We're going to look into that. So Mike, I ain't said. He just told you right there. He owned most of the Sony publishings. You talking about Mariah Carey. You talking about the list of Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these catalogs, the Beatles, Eminem. They own and Sony is a mother company for like excuse me. Sony is a mother company for several other record labels that own a lot of other artists. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. And keep in mind, this corporation, AEG, who put a $1 billion life insurance on Mike, the billionaire dude, Phil Fredericks. Right? They own Warner Brothers Group. So the Warner Brothers Group, so anybody signed to Warner Brothers like Cash Money Records, Sony owned Cash Money Records. Well, Birdman ended up getting some of his publishing. So Birdman's smart, but if he want to break off from them, they gonna come after him too. They own RCA, they own Universal Music Group, they own Epic Records, they own Columbia Records. So think about all the artists that signed to them different labels, they own them too. Mike owned all of them. All them companies tie into the Sony Entertainment and Publishing Group. So how much money Mike was getting, bro? And if you was the mob, would you kill a guy for 750? Would the mob kill a guy for $750 million? You do the damn. You do it. You do the math. I ain't got to beat it over your head. You smarter than that. You smart enough to figure that out. I ain't got to beat it over your head. So let's get in mind how much money Mike was getting. Then he added the Eminem catalog to it. Right? Says when Eminem dissed Michael Jackson in 2005, Michael made no comments. He went out and bought Eminem's whole catalog and got paid whenever Eminem performed. Just like the Beatles. So anytime Eminem went on stage and made his $100,000, he had to cut Mike a check for $20,000 because Mike owned his catalog. So and you talking about Mike was broke, man? Stop smoking that. You know what I'm saying? You smoke it, bro. You know? Yeah, get the books, man. $45 donation, man. All 8 books, PDF form. We'll leave emails in the link. We'll send you the book straight up when as soon as you send the money, man. The donations. All right. If you want to show us some love on donations, we drop the Cash App in the links, man. Let me pin it for y'all. Right? Check this out. We got some more. We ain't finished. All right, you remember the This Is It tour? That's the tour that the AEG signed up for, where they booked them in London and a couple more other places, and they put a $1 billion insurance policy on them. We might do a part 2 to this, man, because this is a lot of information, bro. It's a lot to go over here. It's a lot to go over, man. Okay, but we're gonna get Tony. We got Tony. So when Mike found out they put the kill order on him, he went to Farrakhan for protection. And he was already good. Farrakhan was already good friends. Why everybody going to Farrakhan? Why Tookie Williams would get in touch with Farrakhan? You got to put it all together, man. What the Nation of Islam is all about. The Nation of Islam is fighting against these people. The people that the industry, these people, they protect certain artists. Go for protection to the Nation of Islam from these dirty jokers that's in the industry that want to take artists out and take their money and their catalogs. So Mike, after that phone conversation that we played on the short clip, Mike called Farrakhan and said that I'm scared for my life. I'm in fear. They want to kill me. I need somebody. I need some help. So what Farrakhan do? Send the put the FOI to guard Mike. And keep in mind, I believe that Michael Jackson paid Conroy Murray off so he can say he injected him and killed him. That way they can fake his death. Okay. Did you know Mike had another son, his son before he had another son. This is one of Mike's oldest son right here at the funeral, the so-called funeral, where they got a picture of this dude. And then you got the other three. The other 3 are test tube babies. where they altered some of their genetics. They altered some of those baby genetics in the test tube. Right? Test tube babies, them these babies. All right. Also, they say this is Mike after he got burned at the Pepsi commercial. But Mike got pictures with him and this dude. Let me show you. That ain't Mike. They're trying to say that's Mike. That ain't Mike. That's that dude, Dave, who was a buddy of Mike's. Because Mike was a burn victim and he was a burn victim, so they had something in common. This is Mike spotted. They spotted Mike right here. They said this was Mike. But I can see that this hairline, this right here look like a woman. This one look like Mike right here. It could be though, but I don't think it's Mike. I think it's like a white woman that got a mask on. They just used it. And this right here, I don't believe this Mike dude. I bet he's one of the children of the family. So I don't know about that photo. What I want to show you. Mike was at his own funeral dressed like a woman. Right here on the phone. Let me show you. This dude, this person right here, they saying it's Michael Jackson with a disguise on. This person right here, that's what they saying. But looking at the hands, I don't know. Looking at his hands look more masculine. Mike hands more further looking. So I don't know about that. Hold up, let me show you some more. I want to show you something I was looking for to show you. All right, keep in mind, like I said, Mike come from a certain bloodline. The Jacksons come from that certain bloodline, the Watusi's fall mix. So Mike is part of the royal family. That's why they can go back and find some of his features, his family features, because of the Jacksons, the Williams, always going to King George. Mike is kin to King George III. I'm kin to King George III. Master P is kin to King George III. Birdman is kin to King George III. Pooh Shiesty is kin to King George III. They pick people like this. Mike Epps, Omar Epps, 50 Cent is kin. All these people will go back to the bloodline of King George. All the way back to the Afar people, the Sabines, all the way back to ancient Kemet. That's what they don't want to tell you. And keep in mind, this we standing on ancient Kemet over here too. This all was one landmass. So that's the connection right there. You're the Danny Glover actor. Well, what you mean by that? I'm gonna get him, Mike. I got Tony. I'm gonna get Tony. What else I wanted to show you on this tape before we might do a part 2 to this. Let's see. So who came out to Mike? It was a group of billionaires who was trying to get that catalog and trying to capitalize off Mike. Here you go, right here. I got these. These are the three horsemen right here. The main 3 horsemen. L.A. Reid, who's a dirty Moor, he's one of them Etruscan dirty Moors. Right? That's why he up high like he is. He with them same people. And if you're watching, don't he kind of look like that dude Kamar El? It's a connection. We're gonna connect these. We're gonna go. Hey, somebody say Young El, get Tony, get LA. And then Clyde Davis, you already know he in Aretha Franklin. That's how he got his name, Aretha Franklin. He's in Jennifer Hudson, Whitney Houston. And they had a party in the hotel while Whitney was dead up in the hotel. Clyde Davis, that's him. Clyde Davis is the one they got my homeboy put on, Hurricane Chris. Clyde Davis. And my homeboy goes into, he said he met with how he met Clyde Davis, Hurricane on I think on the Glad TV. And this is Tony Mottola. These three right here. And who you think Diddy get it from? This is Diddy guy right here. This Diddy bro. This is his guy that taught him. And all of them like to get their can open from the back. That's why we got to say it like that. I'm keeping it clean, YouTube. We gotta, all of them like they can open from the back by little black boys. Yeah, L.A. Reid, he the one that robbed TLC and every other artist on his label. Right? TLC made $1 billion that year with that go, Jason Waterfalls. Listen to the rhythm and the light that you used to. I know that you're gonna make your way. I know it all. Don't you think you're moving too fast? Yeah, keep in mind these three guys. But Mike, who got the mic, Tony. We want that 54% back, man, Mike. So Mike get distracted. And we got he was seen right after his funeral in Paris. Well, somebody got a camera shot of a 40-second snippet. Let me roll that again for people just coming in. Let's roll that snippet. Mike got distracted by the Nation of Islam. Watch this. It's exclusive right here. I'm gonna load it up as a short after the show. They in Paris.
Non, je casse ta cam, oh non.
Non, mais c'est pas, c'était pas.
Non, mais t'es pas. Non. Mais non. Ce que j'ai dit.
C'est pas, c'est tout.
Mais il y a qui ça, mais.
Il y a Michael Jackson.
Non, il est mort. Non, c'est pas possible.
Yeah, so they took off running because some people wanted to get that camera. They ended up getting it though. But they couldn't delete. They was filming live on the phone live, and they was I don't know if it was Instagram or what. No, it wasn't Instagram. It was I think it was either Facebook or the other one that they had for Facebook. I can't remember the name of it. It ain't Facebook. It's called MySpace or something like that. Yeah. So, but I had when I got the video years ago, I just downloaded it to my file. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Might get seen in Paris. So I was like, oh shit. So those guys, Tony Mottola them ended up getting it, but they negotiated down to where I think Mike family only own 10% now. Cause they kept on taking them to court, suing them. And they know Mike's still alive, but all they was interested in is getting that catalog back. I'm telling you, man. And then Mike was at his nephew just had a wedding, and Mike was at his nephew's wedding. Mike was at his nephew's wedding. Let me show you that picture. Where is it at? It's several events that Mike be at, and they say, oh yeah, they go Mike right there. His family know that he's not dead, see? Keep in mind, this is hey, go close my door. Close my door. Hey, Rob out, y'all. We in the building. I'm gonna show you that picture of I had a picture in here of Mike at his nephew's wedding. I like this it right here. Mike is standing right here at his nephew's wedding in the back. Right? I wish I could blow that up, but they blew it up. Right behind this dude. He always wear a disguise when he go out now. He wear a disguise so people won't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. So who came out the mic? I gotta get out. I gotta get off to go to this spot. We're gonna do a part 2 on this. No, you know, Conrad Murray is in the Bahamas now with his own doctor's practice, and he worth $400 million. He didn't even do a day in jail. He was a fall guy. Don't he look like one of them dirty Moors? Don't he look like one of them dirty Moors? Conrad Murray. That Murray is a dirty Moor name. Tell you, man. I'm telling you. So, and then they said that by next year, he's eligible to come back to the United States and open back up his practice in the United States by next year, 2023. So he gonna come back to America. He made $400 million off of the Mike scandal and the Mike hit, and then now he coming back to America to open up a doctor's again. They telling you, man, what they doing. Yeah, Conrad. Con means to go against, and rat, you already know what rad. Rad actually means like good. It means good. Like it means, yeah, look at the word rad. It means like good, so it's to go against good or to go against counsel. It means counsel. So Conrad means to go against counsel. I'm telling you, man, look it up. Or you say Conrad, right? But hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. Who came out the mic? The Tony Mottola family. And that other billionaire, he was in on it because he saw he in with Tony Mottola, and he knew they was gonna come out the mic. And so he put an insurance policy on because he knew what was about to happen. So, and why did they come out the mic? To get that catalog and to silence him on what he was going to be talking about the clones and all that. So Kanye West is only, shout out my brother Kanye, right? Son of fan, you will. Kanye West is not the first guy to come after these people. Mike is one of the first guys. Really, before Mike, Ray Charles was at them a little bit. Ray Charles was at them, right? But he was blind. You know what I'm saying? The blind man went out there first, right? Then, and the blind man ended up getting a better deal than the blind man got the best deal out of any artist ever. I think he still got the best deal. Besides anybody that's going had a major deal, Ray Charles had the best deal. And then to James Brown was a whole nother level though. James Brown, they couldn't deal with James Brown, had his own record label, had his own printing press, and his own radio stations. Mike knew how much money James Brown was getting. James Brown was riding airplanes in the 60s. My nigga James Brown was getting paid. I'm telling you, bro. And he one of them niggas they can use, them house cats. James Brown just loved to do music though, so he went along with whatever. He just liked music. But yeah, they couldn't get Mike on the felony. Let's kill him, so we can get that money, man. Billions of dollars. We got to get that money back. You do the math. Muddy Water, yeah. All them artists, they got played, right? So that night they had that phone conversation that we played. He called a guy off the phone with that person, and then he called Farrakhan, and they already had people in LA. They signed people to protect Michael, and then they had to come up with a way to where they could get him to not forget about Mike, and that's what the Nation of Islam, they always like to pull the fake death scheme like they did with Tupac, Biggie, and the rest of them. Because there's a lot of stipulations behind Tupac. Well, they said they spared his ashes. The guy that cremated him, $200-300 million. He disappeared. We're gonna get back on this, man. We're gonna get in more on this. But we wanted to bring this tape to you, right, and let you know who was after Mike. Mike told you who was after him. Sony, Tony Mottola. He called the niggas out who was out there. Right? So any artists after this point, they go mess with these guys. They know they asking for what they get. Mike made moves under their nose, and then when they started talking racism and all that, and showing that this Jewish influence in the music industry, Mike started talking out about it. So they came after him to set him up. When Prince saw what happened to Mike, he was hurt. And he said, man, they doing Mike. They doing Mike. Prince tried to get his publishing right before he died. And then all of a sudden now he supposedly get killed. Hit that, but like I say, we believe Prince got extracted too by the Nation of Islam and the Jehovah Witness. Right? The Nation of Islam be extracted people, man. So we better get up out of here, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get those 8 books by the Young Elder, like I said, you can PayPal me or Cash App me at the Young Elder, and we'll send you those, leave your emails in the link. We'll send you those books immediately. So we're going to be back on this, man, for part 2, because I didn't get a chance to roll all my videos because they weren't locked into the locked into this playlist. But we're gonna roll some more videos later on this. So we out, man. Peace. Islam, Hotel. Shalom Aleichem. Assalamu alaikum. Ashug, divine love throughout the balanced universe to all. Wadu.